All right, what's up, guys? Good morning and welcome back. As usual, for those of you tuning in on YouTube, be sure to check out the disclaimer. Remember that day trading is risky business. All right. With that being said, I'll post the watch list here and we can go through. The watch list actually looks pretty healthy here today. We got a good 4 or 5 stocks that are looking very good, including Yuyu, which is, I think, maybe the one I'll watch into the open. Universal Safety Products up 78%, currently around 590, and we have a pre-market high clocking in around 679. Lows of our pullback has been all the way down at 540s, which at the time was VWAP. Since then, we've retested the highs, made a new highs, but haven't really pulled away. Instead, we've pulled back, and we're now on this miniature bear flag here. So this might be pretty interesting to keep an eye on into the open for ticker symbol UUU. I'm going to actually check out the daily chart. We're at 670s now. So similar to Thinkorswim, this chart doesn't populate today's candle up until the open, I think. So 679 or somewhere around here, which means there's this former cluster. We'll have to keep an eye out for high points around 8 and then 950 potential resistance. $8 and then 950. Short sellers usually will keep an eye on those levels, looking to short. HWH coming down. So I think, being that we have a pretty good watch list and we've been seeing strong stocks, the key today is to pace myself, to be disciplined, wait for the opportunities, because it could still be a slow start to the day, right? And then maybe we get a good wave from there. So I want to start slow. And then the moment it gets hot and like we're seeing something good, because Thursday, Friday's been so good. Hopefully the momentum continues into this week despite the longer weekend. So longevity is going to be key, making sure not to like strike out in the first trade or the first 5 minutes, but instead pacing myself, going slow with size. So I want to make sure my share size is set to just a couple hundred shares to start, and then gradually increase size as we start to connect throughout the day. So even HWH, it's not the perfect chart, but at least we got a bit of a push going up. So far, right now, it's pulling back. And the daily chart, let's see, resistance. This one has popped up quite a bit and sold off. So definitely got to keep an eye out for that. 200 EMA is at 275 or so, 275. And we have so many topping wicks though. 438, potentially even 356 as well. So I'm not going to get to do my full due diligence, which is not ideal, but that's fine. We'll take it slow into the open and we'll see what we get on these couple of stocks here. But yeah, with a minute to go, I think that's a good plan, right? To be a little bit patient, take it a little slow into the open, and then as we start to see more, I can then increase my risk as we're connecting slowly throughout the day. But I'll be watching UUU into the open here. UUU. And then I'll be rotating through the others, stocks such as SSKN, SHFS, which does sound pretty familiar from last year, and CARM. So we got 30 seconds to the opening bell. 30 seconds. I want to see us holding this 580 level and then getting over 610. If not, it could be in a longer downtrend to start. As you're tuning in, don't forget to hit the thumbs up as well. Why would HP Smart do that? Okay. Oh, it's not tradable on. Oh, that's. I mean, that's fine. I'll just use Guardian. I was gonna try to take a trade over 80 just to see if we start to curl up towards 6. Small size. Small size. SSKN pushing 380s early. My level 2 seems very pixelated. What's going on? Okay, looks. My level 2 on SSKN is like glitching out. Or is it just every stock? Is it like a DAS thing? $610 is the big level here. So not quite through the level for Yuyu. Do we want to bounce again? $610 is the big level. If we can get through 610, then we can potentially see another uptrend. The good news with having two platforms is if one of them is having issues, then I can use the other one. 610 again is the big level. It needs to break and hold, even if it's on the micro or on a longer time frame. If we can break and hold 610. On the dips, I'm definitely not like, as aggressive here with size. So just like taking it slow. It's coming down this time. Down to the VWAP. Taking a look at a couple others in the meantime. HWH. That one is curling up. Man, my level 2 is like pixelated. What is this? Okay, HWH, we're below VWAP. IFD was down there at like 250 area. So HWH, I'm asking myself right now, what's a good entry? I can pull it up on screen. Let's see. Actually, I'll wait. I'll wait. It'll take time, so I'll wait. We got 268 for highs. VWAP is at 72. I think the most logical thing here is to be patient. Could be right up at resistance. 75 for the 200 EMA as well on the daily. Yuyu back at 592. Matt, the last 2 days have been like extraordinary, I'd say. Like, it's up to par with what hot momentum is. So we're hoping that the hot market follow through this week. So that's like going back to Friday of last week, Thursday of last week. We had like 2 really strong days. I think I had highs of like maybe like 1800 on Friday. And then at 1050 on the, I forgot the ticker symbol already, but I took 2 massive losses, or I showed in the chat room. I ended up finishing up like 700, which, wasn't that great because we were up quite a bit. And I'm not doing a great job making the recaps, I will say. I was telling, had to give myself a talk again this week. Like this weekend, like we gotta make a recap every day. There have been days last week where I came here to do the recap, and it's like I'm just standing here. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. So UUU is still in this range. HWH, our 5-minute candlestick is red. The pullback could work, but definitely looking a little iffy here. I think I'll stay on the sidelines and keep rotating through. Let's see what else might be moving. Checking out the cheaper stocks, CARM. Looks like this one's been having trouble. IPDN from Friday, which is one of the hotter stocks Friday. IPDN, not much. Checking out SHFS. A bit of a green to red so far. There's something halted. I can check that one. Oh, there's a couple of them that halted. YTE. I didn't log into my E-Trade, which wasn't good. NUKK. Holy smokes. NUKK. And this is continuation, by the way. Yeah, great call here. Great call. Yeah, it is hitting the scans there for a bit. Oh, nice, dude. Holy shit. $589 was the big level. We got to a high of 690. Will it be able to continue? I mean, we're still only into it, 10 minutes, right? We're in like 10 minutes here after the open, so it's still early, all things considered. Okay, I gotta fix my size here. But so far, so good. Is it like default back to 5? Okay. I want to be careful of the 5-minute pullback. It is somewhat extended, I'd say. And this one looks like it was good, like it went straight up, with a nice uptrend. Should have been looking at this one, but just didn't have it on the radar because of the lower open versus Friday's levels. I might add to this position. Can we do it? Not quite over 80. Fair trade. So a bit of a double top on the 1 minute. Just got to keep an eye out for like big sellers in these areas. As long as we don't like just teleport down 15 cents. So it looks like we're gonna get the 5-minute pullback. Oh, it's right back up. We didn't really spend much time pulling back, right? That was a quick red to green, all things considered. My mic is muted. Great. Freaking bro. When did I mute my mic? Oh, that is. I'm saying we're watching for over 7 here. I'm gonna go mad. You know what? I still wasn't able to do that OBS thing for it to show on my screen. But anyhow, watching for over 7. Over 7. 7:38 is the halt up. Waiting. Oh, come on. So we're gonna get a double top there and a bigger pullback. That's a bigger loss. Not good. Still a nice flag on the 5 though. So that slip. I mean, I gotta be a little quicker to exit. I kind of gave that time to reclaim 60 and lost like 6, 7, 8 cents extra. Brother. I think I got filled above the ask right there. Or there might have been a bit wider spread. Got to be careful. It's fighting. Still a bit of a false breakout though. I'm getting chopped like a mother lover here. I'm gonna size down to a couple hundred shares again. The breakout is slow so far. No big push or fast move. Oh, my accuracy there might have been like 10%. Jesus. I couldn't get a winning trade to save my life. HWH. Over 275. The level 2 on HWH has the pixels. NUKK, we'll see if it's able to get back over 7. HWH highs are 323. HWH. Are we going to open up some more? The pre-market high is at 38. It definitely is trading in like a tighter range, though, I'd say. And UKK is still fighting for over 7. I mean, the setup still looks good. It's just a matter of us getting above and holding above that level. The first incline was pretty good. We've been consolidating here, looking for the next leg. Couldn't do anything in the consolidation, so right now just waiting and looking for the next leg up. Can we see something similar to this over here? that fill just. Come on. Every time I look over, my mic is muted. I gotta maybe not put my hand near the mic because it's pretty sensitive too. HWH gave a push. So HWH, perhaps the better one to watch here. No good over 7 again for NUKK. It's definitely a big move. It's still going. The halt is at 409, I think. It might get halted up. The people in at 3 are experiencing a very nice move here. 70 to 49 and then to 09. I'm missing the uptrends, man. So I switched over to NUKK thinking Break of 7 would have been a good setup. Just missed this one completely. DUO, is it worth it? And the others, CARM, IPDN, SHFS. That one is still somewhat holding up. SSKN. Thinkorswim definitely feels a little laggy. I wonder if this pixel issue is because of my monitor. It might be. Maybe I need a better HDMI cable or something. Although this never happened before. The stock is definitely up quite a bit. I think it's possible we could see a quick dip and rip, but after that, I got to be careful of an actual like good size pullback. We got a minute 31 seconds. Don't love how the day's going so far. NUKK uptrend we missed. We tried the consolidation. We took one good sized loss and then a bunch of like smaller losses with the chop. HWH, will we see a dip and rip here? But it's such a nice move once again for people looking at that dip. Will we see the dip and rip? 409. We got about 20 seconds. I'm gonna wait. It definitely is high. It's high up, right? We've had consecutive green candles. Man, yeah, trying. I mean, trying the micro scalps. Potential resistance at 479. I don't think it was that smooth there, so I'm gonna just be patient and wait for a bigger pullback. But I'd like to see this candle here at least close fairly well. If we can see a 5 minute setup, I'll look into it. But the scalps here doesn't really look that good. I don't know. I think this one is better for the longer holds. It's a good recovery to the end of the candle. think a next thing is too a lot of the times on these pullbacks, it's like I'm expecting to see a little bit more selling and or like a like a bottoming wick kind of thing, but sometimes we're holding a couple cents higher and bouncing. IPDN moved up on lighter volume there. I'll keep an eye on the bear flag here. Although we could definitely pull back some more, right? I mean, we had a pretty big move, 236 to 470, basically straight up on the 5. It's our first red candle here. IPDN, about 2 minutes, 30 seconds. The resumption trade, not as clean and not positioned down at 3. So, on this pullback here, it just seems so high to be buying aggressively for me. So, not as many trades here. Although it did bounce twice or maybe even 3 times here. 3 times before coming down. IPDN though is, I mean, it's at 658. I mean, definitely over 7, it starts to look a little bit more interesting. HWH, perhaps no prolonged consolidation down there. Looks like it's a one and done. I mean, I keep an eye on HWH here just to see what it does. IPDN rather, IPDN resumption. Can we see over 70? Not quite. We had a big 20-cent jump there on the ask, but nothing. The bid still stayed at 56, so break-even trade there. The early pullback, 408, and the highs. Will it push through? If it does, then we could see 50. If not, might take some more time. I think I got to be a little bit more active here on this one too. Maybe give it a couple more attempts. It seems like they're still buying. Mother lover, man. Ah, what a disaster. Those higher fills are inevitable in some areas. Such a great setup there too. Just, you know. I never looked at SOGP. $20. HWH still holding up. We'll see if it continues to hold up. Again, bro. SOGP resumption is 3 minutes 47 seconds. Oh my gosh. Big Steve, bro. Yeah, the dips have been a little, I'll just say raspy. Oh, yeah, bro. I just. Cactus Rob says you wonder if other YouTubers watches. I think people would check in from time to time. Probably not watching like the whole thing all the time, but maybe every once in a while, a couple minutes here and there. We had Patrick Whelan here one time saying, "What's up?" Everybody watches everybody, right? We're never gonna be fooled into thinking that that doesn't happen. Oh my gosh, man! This NUKK move in the first 5-10 minutes, was it good? Like the incline, the chop. I mean, I wouldn't say chop. The consolidation rather wasn't bad. I got chopped on some of those dips, trying to get it low and getting stopped out. But this, first 7 minutes or so here, from 5 up to 689. The setup continues to look good, but we're just rejecting over 7 every time. The bear flag here might be worth watching in case it has another hoorah. 1 minute 46 seconds for SOGP. Checking out the chat room here to see what the people are saying. For a stock like SLGP, I'm only going to use 150 shares on a resumption. I remember the days where I'd be going here, 1,500 shares minimum size, and then 3-4K size if the follow-up trade was going to be good. Now it's baby size. Not looking to risk more than 50 to 80 cents. If the dip and rip is good, we can easily see a $1.50 move. So can we walk out of this trade here plus 150 minimum? We got 17 seconds for SOGP. 150 shares ready to go. We're at 21.49 at 21.49. Okay, can we see the dip? Can we see the dip? I'm taking it on the bid. And mother lover. Bro, I'm gonna kick this computer down. Of course I sell at the bottom of that, right? We sold through that 20K bid after a small, maybe 10 to 15 cent bounce. So that's the real dip. I'm gonna assume down at 20.50. Now can it bounce up to 22? And then 23.09 if possible. And I lost more than 80 cents. I lost like $1.10. I'm cooked today. I'm cooked to start the month. Red 800. Big Steve, I am a red to start the month, brother. Not good. How's you? The different rips are just, it's so slow these days. As in, the dip and rips are so slow, as in, like to play out, right? Typically, it's a very vicious and fast move, and so the resolution is usually very quick. Coming down there to the whole dollar, bouncing. Coming down there to the whole dollar and bouncing. And then dipping. Not ideal. Yuyu also pushing up here though. We had, I think $6 was the resistance. 610. We got a high of 640, pulled back. And now break of 7 at the pre-market highs. We had one loss of 300. And then everything else has just been paper cuts, paper cuts, paper cuts. Oh, I forgot we couldn't trade this one. I can trade it on the other platform actually. It's quite the pullback here. I'm gonna throw out a starter just to see what it wants to do. Low 60s. Only 100 shares. $79 was the pre-market high. We got 36. I'm gonna take another starter here. The selling volume is fairly high. I mean, we had, high of day volume on this red candle, which isn't really a great sign. The setup in itself, if I'm to zoom out, does look okay. Definitely a bit of a steep pullback. Doesn't look like this one's gonna linger at the lows for me to build a position either. A quick red to green. Quick red to green it is. A lot of times we'll get like a couple candlesticks at the lows, a bit of a bear flag. We hold up the lows, but quick V-shape red to green here. Didn't really get to take any size. We'll see if there's an early pullback. Oh, 48. Okay. All right. These things are like insanely quick. We're making new lows here on this small bounce. Bro, I think that might be the day here. Yeah, I mean, it was a good quick bounce, but you know, after that, that looks like that was it. Hmm. Now red 900. Time to throw in the towel. And there will be a recap today. Red at 900 bucks. Time to throw in the towel. I mean, I just couldn't get anything going. My accuracy today has to be like freaking 15% or something. Quite far off from the 50, 45, 55, range. Quick summary here for the end of recap people that might be tuning in. Let's see. We started off, I believe, was it HWH? No, no, no. We started off with NUKK. We were flat. This one, we were flat the first 5 to 10 minutes. This one got called out. And we started trading the consolidation here, looking to get in low and sell a little higher. But we got chopped out on a couple of these bottoming wicks. And we got stopped out. I think right here was one of the areas we got stopped out as well. Got stopped out and we lost in here $300 on one trade and then just, smaller losses on a series of trades. So NUKK, even at the highs, we took some losses here trying to get the breakout. Not quite getting it. This one we didn't see, so we left this one alone for the most part. And then HWH, we saw this one around 380 or so. So, missing the move down at 310 area, but the hold resumption wasn't that good. And, it kind of just gradually went up after the pullback there. So I didn't get much out of this one. It's curling back up again. Thinkorswim doesn't really show the halt levels. I think it was this one that got halted, if I'm not mistaken. And then SOGP, $20 stock. We lost $1 a share here at 150 shares on the resumption at 21. The dip and rip, not ripping. What is that? Let's see. So red 3 for 3. IPDN was like a scratch trade. So red 3 for 3 on 3 stocks. I still can't figure out how to import from DAS. It's driving me mad. So last month, I think I was red like 4.5. Not great. 4,500. It's not, not ideal. I got to figure out how to import those so I can actually like see like the numbers and everything. Checking the chat room again. Tim saying it was green but went to red. Let's see. There's some good couple of trades here being shown. 13 to 23, not bad. Hollis in at 11 out of 24, 26. Checking out the chat room here. Let's see. The YouTube stream rather. HWH, will it halt up at 503? Okay, maybe there's still a little bit more daytime left here. Maybe the night is still young. It's a massive candlestick. Massive. $440 to 5. Bro, come on. I gotta get some better, quicker trades here. It needs to hold here, though. If not, it's like looking pretty. Mm, bro, this is insane, man. All right, I think I'm definitely cooked here. I am cooked stew. I definitely wasn't as patient. I tried to chase 80 for the bounce back up, and we made a new low. Okay, all right. '82, '84, '85. We should be able to see back over 5, I think. Hopefully. Although these freaking micro dips are beating me like an eel here. Beating me like an eel. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. What is this? To start the day is crazy. To start the month, rather. That's crazy. All right. Okay. What am I at? I'm out of here. Fucking hell, bro. 1,100 bucks. 1,100 that I could have went to the mall with today and splurged. Going back to Wall Street. My accuracy today is horrific. Let me see. I'm on Thinkorswim, so I can actually upload. My accuracy today is horrendous. It is abysmal. It is mediocre. It is the depths. How do you do this again? Account statements. Export to file. Man. Import. Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim. What is it called? Charles Schwab? Where the heck is it? Thing Control F. Control F. Standard import, maybe? Okay, I think it's standard import. There we go. See, this is a day where I kept the size small, but my accuracy was so bad that it didn't even matter. Import. All right, let's see the damage. %28 accuracy. This will not cut it. 28% accuracy will not cut it, brother. It will not cut it. Not even close. Not even close. A couple of higher fills, sure, but you know, just got cooked. Barely green, like a couple dollars at best, and then we had those losses down 600, and then paper cuts, paper cuts, paper cuts. All right, for those of you going the distance, continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient. Catch you guys tomorrow for the live stream, and then later again, or I should say later today in a recap, and then tomorrow again for the live stream. Recap will be out before 4 p.m. Eastern time. All right, catch you guys later. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. I'm still looking at the price action there a little bit. I'm out. I am max loss. I have no choice but to leave. Maybe it keeps going though. I mean, it's possible. It's possible it keeps on the up and up here. You know what I usually in the past, what I do is like I give myself more room for max loss. Like I say, okay, if I go down to 1500 or more, then I'll stop, right? But you know, in those markets, it's like the odds of you connecting nicely is just so clean. You know, here I'm just getting like chopped around, so it's like pushing it. It's just the writing is on the wall. It's like pushing it will just be like more red, not really getting to connect and gain a good rhythm. Yep. Okay, so take care, stay safe, stay green. Red again, 1100. 11 hundo. I could have been in the mall right now, splurging. Splurging. Instead, I gave it to someone on Wall Street. Okay, I'll catch you guys in the recap. All right. I'll see you guys before 4 p.m. and then tomorrow around 9:10, 9:15. I might trade pre-market tomorrow. If I do, I'll be live around 7:30 market time. 7:30.